March 16th, 1950, Floyd County, Kentucky, Cow Creek. Headlines read, "Whatever they were, they tore up a cracking good game of horseshoes." These flying saucers can be something of a bother. Wednesday afternoon, these Earth visitors, most elusive and unreal of the things produced by a super scientific age, broke up at a school on Cow Creek, 6 miles from here, a game which has held the interest of scientists, atomic researchers, and philosophers, as well as that of common minds. They plumb tore up an old-fashioned game of horseshoes. That is what Miss Alpharetta Kendrick Holbrook, teacher of the school, reported to the Times, and she offers as witnesses her 35 pupils. This was during the time of the one-room schoolhouse. It was during the noon hour, shortly before 1, Miss Holbrook said, a horseshoe game was in progress. About the school grounds, other children frolicked, playing. Suddenly, without warning, there was a terrible, deafening roar, and 3 objects came out of the sky overhead, the teacher recounted. The children scattered in terror. Most thought at first the stars were falling, the teacher said. One little girl became violently ill. We were all pop-eyed in amazement, said Miss Holbrook. The 3 objects, she said, shot out of the sky, slowed their pace, and one crossed over behind the other 2. A sort of mist appeared to envelop the objects. Then suddenly the 3 picked up speed and shot away. An effort was made to resume classroom work, but the 3 R's, reading, writing, and arithmetic, were forgotten, and the school was out for the afternoon. And from 45 minutes to an hour later, 2 objects similar to the first 3 appeared, accompanied by the same terrifying noise as before. These 2 shot into view at terrific speed, slowed up until 2 others arrived overhead. Then the group of 4, moving slowly at first, suddenly streaked out of sight, the teacher said. Miss Holbrook said these last 4 paused long enough and at an altitude low enough for her and her pupils to study the objects in awe. Some of the group gained the impression the objects were star-shaped. Miss Holbrook said none had wings, tall, or any other visible projection. 2 airplanes, which passed over the school about 2 hours later and at the same altitude, were seen by the teacher and pupils. Miss Holbrook doesn't attempt to name the objects she and her pupils saw, but she is positive they were not planes. Star-shaped or disc-shaped, they glistened. They appeared suddenly and with a roar which almost shook the countryside, and they disappeared with unbelievable speed. Today, the Cow Creek school teacher and pupils will begin an impromptu study of the flying saucer.